country was facing a severe dropout crisis, and a community-based organization like the National Guard had the infrastructure needed to address the problem. Today, over 115,000 young people have graduated from what we now know today as the National Guard Youth Challenge Program. But the commitment of our elected leaders and our sponsors to our most precious resource, that being our youngsters. And while that is outstanding, let me be clear, 115,000 is a lot of lives set on a better course, but, ladies and gentlemen, we still have work to do. Over 1 million young people leave school and never return every year. Just think for a minute about what it means to not finish high school. It's a lifetime sentence of broken dreams, honor in employment, poverty, and the impact is felt on our economy, our national security, and our society.
As Norman said, nobody does more for our country and our communities than the National Guard, and I know that you all know that. What you may not know is how much they do for all of our kids, especially those kids that are at risk, through the National Guard Youth Challenge Program. And our job at the foundation is to support that effort, and we do that by raising awareness and by raising money for scholarships and internships for these kids once they graduate from Challenge. I know a lot of you were here last year when Senator Landrieu said, this is going to happen, and of course it happened. And I think we have to thank Chris Kirkpatrick and his team for standing up this really fantastic.
And I gladly stand up next to you when you bend or still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
That dropouts deserve the second chance, who over 20 years have given more than 115,000 graduates the same opportunity.
And to all of those who have both the honor and the responsibility of carrying this program forward to ensure that we give even more kids the chance that need it. Cheers.
These young people are the future of our communities and our nation. The Youth Challenge Program's importance to the Guard and our nation's youth is why I am so honored to follow the leadership of my friend, mentor, and fervent proponent of Youth Challenge, General John Conaway, in becoming chairman of the Youth Foundation Board of Directors. He really was the inspiration and force behind this program. The United States Armed Forces and the National Guard knows no better ally than Senator Mary Landrieu. And I personally know firsthand, as a former member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, she's a champion for a strong national defense, and that includes a strong National Guard at the federal level, and most importantly with our Adjutant General here tonight, is equally influential throughout our leadership in Homeland Security. When it comes to Youth Challenge, the program is fortunate to have Senator Landrieu as Honorary Co-Chair of the Foundation Board and fighting every day in the United States Senate to make sure this program has what it needs to help Louisiana's and 26 other states at-risk youth.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from the sea to shadow sea, it's rolling down in Houston and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say, it's time to stand and say, proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the land we died and gave that right to me.
And we thought, there's so many beautiful rooms in New Orleans, but we wanted the gala. It's the first gala in New Orleans to be here at the official World War II Museum for the United States of America. everything. I mean, they're a guard that never says no. It's fighting on the front in Afghanistan, on Iraq. It is helping bail out homes from water. It is, finding the oil that's out in the Gulf of Mexico. Whatever the challenge of our National Guard, they're there. And the greatest challenge for us is helping to save each and every one of our children, the hundreds of thousands of children in Louisiana, millions around the nation that would have enough to do. But no, they're going the extra mile. That's why I'm here tonight, and I hope that's why you're here tonight, to honor the extraordinary work of our National Guard. They do it all, and they do it with a smile on their face, and they do it with a lot of courage and a lot of heart. Many of our schools are letting these kids, and we are responsible, just fall through, not the cracks, but fall through our fingers. They just walk out of school one day, or they just don't show up one day. And these kids are 14 and 15 and 16 and 17. They don't need to be anywhere but in school, but they're not. So many things, I can't go into all of it, but he has literally served our state. I mean, with a rifle in his hand and a helmet on, and then in the halls of Congress and in Baton Rouge. And it is with my great pleasure that we honor our public award tonight to Colonel Paul Rainwater of the Louisiana National Guard. Paul, will you please join me on the stage? We've got a lifetime supporter of the National Guard program. We appreciate your support.
I heard about the Youth Challenge program and called my Aunt Kate, whose best friend, his husband, is Mr. Chris. He knew a few things about the program. Mr. Chris discussed the Youth Challenge program with me, and after thinking a lot, I decided I'd go for the Youth Challenge. It was that Youth Challenge that I decided to ask Mr. Chris to be my mentor. During all my time at Challenge, while I had the Youth Challenge staff and my mentor, I kept my dad very close. Through prayers to him, I believe that I became to understand why he served in the Army and then as a law enforcement officer. I constantly felt the pull towards this type of career path.
I can see the stars, I can see the stripes, flying high in glorious red, blue, and white. I'm a freedom child, born in liberty, and there's millions more like me, from sea to shining sea. There's 50 states where I can live and grow.
Kids a year, and sometimes we push that up towards 1,500. So I constantly refer to it as the jewel of the National Guard. It is a jewel. We take these young people and turn them into productive citizens.
She wants me said I couldn't do. I can fly the eagle's flight underneath these sacred skies. America, I owe it all to you. Red, white, and beautiful. I'm an astronaut.
Senator Landrieu is unflinching in her support. Those of us that wear this uniform or have worn this uniform know that you can talk to the senator about anything. She will try to support you with a military effort. But there's one thing we're going to always discuss with her, and that's the Youth Challenge program. Somewhere the conversation is going to come up of how can we improve it, how can we do it better, how can we do it different. And so
I was on autopilot, and I missed home a lot. That's when something clicked. I had accomplished something. I was still there. I had held my tongue, and I hadn't been in a fight, and I had made it through hardcore. That gave me just a little ounce of confidence. Not much, but it was enough to get me through the next week. And each week, I would realize that I had accomplished a little more. I was the bad kid. It's never a mistake until you refuse to correct it. I never thought that I would be the type of person standing up here speaking as a role model. Youth Challenge helped me achieve my potential, and I hope each and every one of you will let YCP do the same for you. Only you can make something of yourself. No one can make those decisions for you, but YCP has given you the tools to reach your full potential. My advice to you is always strive to be your best and never give up. Thank you.
Let's bring that down. Let's go on to the auction. Give me $900. Somebody raise your hands for 900. Thank you very much. We have 1,000. Anybody give me 1,000? Anybody give me 1,000? I got 1,000 right down by the